From the highest office in the land to the crosshairs of an assassin's rifle, history shows us that the most powerful leaders in the world have often become targets of deadly violence. This is a story of power, politics, and the lengths some are willing to go to silence a leader. Today, we examine the most chilling assassination attempts on U.S. presidents, both sitting and former, including the recent attempt on former President Donald Trump. Let's start with the early years. In 1865, Abraham Lincoln, the 16th President of the United States, was fatally shot while attending a play at Ford's Theater. His assassin, John Wilkes Booth, was driven by his fierce opposition to Lincoln's policies during the Civil War. Lincoln's death marked the first successful assassination of a U.S. president. However, it would not be the last. In 1881, just 16 years later, President James A. Garfield was shot by Charles Guiteau. Guiteau was a disgruntled man, believing he was owed a political job by Garfield. He would later say, "I am a stalwart and Arthur is president now." The next victim, President William McKinley in 1901, shot by anarchist Leon Czolgosz. McKinley's assassination sparked national outcry and led to the rise of Theodore Roosevelt. 3 U.S. presidents had been killed within 4 decades. Each assassination reshaped American politics and security measures. Even in the modern era, presidents have remained in danger. On November 22, 1963, the world was shocked as President John F. Kennedy was gunned down in Dallas, Texas. This tragic event left the nation grappling with grief, with conspiracy theories flourished about the true circumstances of his death. Just under 20 years later, another sitting president, Ronald Reagan, would come under attack. On March 30, 1981, Reagan was leaving the Washington Hilton Hotel when John Hinckley Jr. opened fire, wounding the president and 3 others. Hinckley's motive? A delusional obsession with actress Jodie Foster. Reagan's survival underscored the real and present dangers faced by the leaders of the free world, even in public spaces guarded by the best security forces. Leaving office doesn't always mean leaving the danger behind. Theodore Roosevelt, who had served as president from 1901 to 1909, was shot in 1912 while campaigning for a 3rd term as a Progressive Party candidate. Roosevelt, in true Rough Rider fashion, finished his speech before seeking medical attention. Former President George H.W. Bush also faced threats after his presidency. In 1993, a bomb plot targeting him was thwarted during a visit to Kuwait. Iraqi agents had planned to assassinate him in retaliation for his role in the Gulf War. Which brings us to one of the most recent assassination attempts. The one on former President Donald Trump on September 15, 2024. Trump was playing golf at his resort in West Palm Beach, Florida, when Secret Service agents noticed a suspicious individual near the perimeter of the property. The man, later identified as Ryan Wesley Ralph, was armed with an AK-47 style rifle and had been surveilling the area for nearly 12 hours. The suspect was spotted with a rifle sticking through a fence. Agents immediately opened fire, but the man fled. Authorities later apprehended him on a nearby highway, finding GoPro cameras and ceramic tiles in his possession, suggesting that he intended to film the assassination attempt. This incident follows another assassination attempt on Trump just 2 months earlier during a rally in Pennsylvania. The rising number of threats against former presidents underscores the evolving security challenges in the modern era, particularly given Trump's high-profile status post-presidency. Experts point to the role of extreme rhetoric, online radicalization, and conspiracy theories as motivators for many of these would-be assassins. In today's environment, where division is amplified, the Secret Service and law enforcement agencies face unprecedented challenges in protecting current and former presidents. Where do we go from here? As we look at history, one thing becomes clear. The risk of assassination will likely never fully go away. From Lincoln to Trump, these attempts reflect the peril that comes with holding or having held the highest office in the land. But democracy, though threatened, remains resilient. The question is, how will the U.S. continue to protect its leaders in an increasingly divided and volatile world? In the Crosshairs, a closer look at the threats faced by America's presidents. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications for more investigative episodes.